Okay, welcome back to our Lead Nurture Close training video, and in this video we are going to focus on the Conversations tab. And the Conversations tab is probably where you're going to spend a good 80% to 90% of your time, as this is your main hub for all of your contact engagement for all of the conversations in a kind of an overview summary panel. So if you take a look at the screen here, we have a list under messages. So to get to conversations, first off, it's on the left-hand side under dashboard. It's the next item down, and this is all of the conversations that are taking place in a summary. You can scroll through the conversations. Right now we're sitting up here on the unread tab, as you can see by these little dots. You can then go over to recents and then to all, and all will show everything, and that includes campaigns, emails that have gone out, say like newsletters or automated campaigns. We really don't want those to show up in your unread, as you want those to be your active conversations with leads and customers responding. And so that'll be in your unread until you actually read it, mark it as read, archive it, and then the all will even show notifications. So if we have any notifications set up to send out a notification to you through email or SMS that a lead came in or responded or something like that, then those will show up in the all section, because this tracks all communications inside, going in and out through the system. So as you see here, this one is a phone call. So this was an inbound phone call, and you can actually click and listen to the recording. Again, this is on the desktop version. We'll go over the mobile app version, which you can do this also. It has a conversation section, and you can listen to the calls there as well, the calls coming in. And you can actually make outbound calls from here as well. So the desktop and the mobile, you can make outbound calls from there to actually call back the lead or client or prospect. So we're looking here. Again, this is a summary of everything that's been going on. And you can see these little icons. This shows that it's a phone. If you come down here, this shows that this was a message. This was a text message. And all the way down here was a Facebook. It's got the little Facebook Messenger icon. So we are integrated with many different channels. Facebook Messenger, Google My Business. So the Google My Business chat actually gets enabled. That's a new feature, and Google is going all in on the whole messaging platform within Google, because they want to keep people that are going to Google on their search engines pages and not leaving. So they allow messaging to now happen from there to go straight to a business. And this is going to even be showing up in ads and a lot of other places. So this is really crucial that businesses are using the Google My Business messaging platform. And of course, we're integrated, so everything comes right into one central location for you to manage here. So again, this is your hub that you want to be in, or have an employee in regularly, to make sure that you're communicating and being proactive and responding to leads, customers, prospects, etc. So again, right here, you'll see this is a phone call. So because it's a phone number, we can actually still text them. So if you come down here, you'll see it says SMS. We can click this little icon here and pull that up, so that we can actually communicate with them and type to them. So right here you got message, so I can type out a message and hit send, and it will then go out to this particular phone number. And we also have templates, so you can use a save template if it's something that you typically are asking or answering. You can create templates, so it's a quick template you can drop and send off. And the templates also use values, so if it had the squiggly bracket for first name, it can then put out the first name without you having to type the first name. In this case, we don't have a name because it was just a phone number that came in. And there's tags, so we can see over here on the right hand side the Google My Business phone call, and so it was an incoming call lead that's happening on this particular campaign. And it created an opportunity, and we're going to go over opportunities in a minute, but it created inquiries, leads on the sales pipeline as an opportunity for this person. You can, if there wasn't an opportunity, you can create an opportunity from here. And if you're using the calendar function, then you can actually schedule an appointment for them on the calendar as well. If this was a SMS and you had asked in an SMS, hey, can you send us over your email? And if they did, the email would get populated over here. Or if you were on the phone with them and you captured their email, you can actually enter it right over here as well. And you can also assign any additional tags that you would like and add them to campaigns. And we'll go into those features later. But the primary focus here is making sure you're responding and handling all of the inbound leads, calls, messages. This is what you want to really focus on. And you'll see a history. So let me see if I can find one where there might have been. So here is one that, again, this was text. It came over through the chat widget on the website. So from the website, somebody can visit there, put in their name and phone number, and start communicating with you, and it comes into here. So you'll see there was history here. You can click this Fetch Older Messages and go farther back, and you can see all the communications that are been happening here. So this is the prospect, client, what have you on the left side, and this is you and or any of your employees responding. And so it'll actually give the initials of who is responding over here on the right hand side. So these are the back and forth communications. So it gives you history. And then if this person or even myself, if we would call from the platform or the mobile app, it would make a record here of the phone call as well. If we had their email, then there would be another option here next to the SMS to be able to send email as well. So we can communicate from multiple channels. If this person came in through a Google My Business widget, the Messenger, then we would be able to chat back and pick that channel. Same with Facebook Messenger. So we would have multiple channels here that we can click on to communicate with this particular contact. The other thing is right now we're still in just a summary, so we can actually be clicking through multiple different contacts that have been recently messaged or called, so that we can address anything. So here's some Facebook messages that came across over here. If I click on one of these, you will see that it was Facebook messages, and it'll be a different icon. Now, one tip on Facebook messages is with Facebook and their API, they have limits on being able to respond from their last message. If you don't respond back to them within 48 hours of when they sent the message, your message won't go through. You'll end up seeing a little red error code, and that means it's outside of their window to be able to respond. So it's highly important that you try to quickly ask for a phone number and or an email from them. As soon as you get that, it'll automatically, so if they respond, it'll automatically populate phone and or email here. And that's important because now you can communicate with them outside of the Facebook Messenger platform, because Google does have that limitation, or Facebook has that limitation. If you do not reply back to them within 48 hours, then they kind of cut you off from being able to communicate. I have seen it sometimes where it has gone a little bit longer, but it will get cut off. But most of the time it's 48 hours. Google drops that ability for you to be able to respond, or Facebook drops that ability for you to be able to respond. So you want to make sure that you try to get a reply in back to them within 48 hours. So the other thing I wanted to point out here is if you click on this up here, even if it was on the phone number, if you click up here, it's going to take you into up here, even if it was on the phone number. If you click up here, it's going to take you into the individual contact record now. Will no longer be on the summary of messages. We're actually now going into the individual contact record, and I'm going to go over the details of the individual contact record in the next video, but I just wanted you to see how you get to this individual contact record. There's other ways too, but just from that summary platform, if you click that, you can be brought in if you needed to make any other ads, change addresses, see activity notes, a lot of other things that we'll go over. If you click the arrow back here, you're going to go back to where you were onto that summary page. And so we're back here. to be able to go, right where we left off, to be able to go down to the next one, to handle responding to any of these particular messages or phone calls that have come in. So that's it for the overview of the Conversations tab on the desktop version. This is where you're going to focus 80-90% of your time and really make sure that you're handling these messages. One other thing here is you can search up here to search for by name if you're looking for a particular message, but remember we're on unread, so if it's something older that's already been read, you want to click the all button, and that'll show you a whole bunch more, not just the unreads. I'll go ahead and click that so you can see. So now we have things that have already been read, so it's everything in here. And then there's also a filter. So contacts can be filtered can be assigned to you or other people within your organization. So if you want to see something that's assigned just to you, you can click the My. Otherwise we have the All, and we will be coming out with additional filters as well. And then you can also click New if you just want to quickly send off a new message. You can look for a customer here, and it'll search if you do a search, and you can send off a message from there. And then again, templates as well if you want to use a template. So that's it for the Conversations overview. It's a little bit longer of a video, but that's because this is probably where your 80-90% of your attention is going to be, is on this particular tab, handling all of your leads, prospects, and everything coming in. All right, I will see you on the next video. Thanks.